Today at Will at Home is one of my favorite days because we're going to be making curry Mie Laksa. This is a great Nyonya dish. It's one of my favorites actually, and it's one that I've learned from a lady called Pearly Kee, who is a traditional Nyonya herself. So this dish is quite simple. You have your lemongrass, garlic, coriander powder, and white pepper and shallot paste. Then we're gonna have some tofu. Then we're gonna have some eggs, some prawns, fish balls, fish cake, vermicelli noodles, Hoikin noodles, and also some chopped coriander. Now, for the paste that gives that unique flavor, we're going to be adding in a little bit of pong garee. We're going to be adding in some chili jam and also some dried shrimp. And that's just gonna give that umami flavor to it. Okay, so without further ado, let's get on to the stove. The next stage is we're going to fry off the paste. So I've got a little bit of veg oil here. Chuck that in. Okay, so I'm gonna use about a spoonful of the paste. Don't need all this, so about that much is probably plenty. Let it fry off. I'm gonna add some of my shrimp. And you know, what you could do with this is you could use a prawn stock as well, which would be really nice and flavorsome. And also, in some recipes, they have shredded chicken in. I haven't got chicken on hand, so we're just doing the fish balls and prawns. Okay. Then we're gonna add in our pong garee spice. It's gonna give us a lot of the flavor in there. I'm gonna add in a little bit of the chili jam. It's gonna give you a bit of color in there as well. There we go. Starting to get that color coming through. You can really smell those Nyonya flavors. A Nyonya basically is a lady from Chinese and that has married a local, or it can be a local that's married to a Chinese man. And generally they're all around Southeast Asia. Okay, so let's add in a little bit of our chicken stock. Add in here. There we go, beautiful. Right, so now I'm also gonna add in a little bit of my coconut milk. Add into here, there you go. That is good. I'm gonna add in some of my salt. A little bit of sugar. Put a little bit more chili jam in maybe. A bit more umami in there. Yep, then we're gonna bring that to the boil. Next is we're gonna be blanching our noodles and our prawns. So I'm just gonna blanch my prawns and fish balls. Here, 1, 2, bit of a nod. Okay, so pop that in there. Get a bit of a blanch. Alrighty, so we've boiled these. Just gonna strain this off here. Put that to one side. Then I'm gonna do my bean sprouts. In here, just 1, 2, just give them a bit of a rinse and a bit of a clean. There we go. And now I'm going to do my Hoikin noodles. And again, this is just a little bit of a 1, 2, just to soften them up. 3, there you go. And of course, they'll get cooked through as well with the sauce and the curry, etc. Now we'll do our vermicelli noodles, which is very much just a 1, 2, and that's it. You don't want to cook these too much because again, they're going to pretty much cook when you've got these noodles. There we go, and put that to one side. Okay, so the next step is to assemble the dish. So I don't have a bowl big enough, and for me, laksa needs to be in a big bowl with lots of broth. Otherwise it just becomes, you know, really crammed. It's like, you know, London Tube at 6 o'clock in the afternoon. It's just like, so I'm going to assemble it in this large wok because I like to have the space in there. I'm going to put in my noodles, then I'm going to put in my bean sprouts, and I like to build a little bit of height on here. I'm going to slice those. Look at that, there we go. There's our fish cake. So we'll assemble some of that on here as well. Then I've got our little balls here. So we're going to assemble that, have that just floating. Got our tofu, and that's already been fried. And have that just floating. We've got our fish balls, our fish, there we go. We've got some more prawns in there, perfect. And then we've got a fish cake. Slice into here, perfect. Just get that floating in there. Now I'm gonna add in my coriander into here. I'm gonna mix this through. Now I like to make it not too thick because the noodles and the bean sprouts, it's all gonna be absorbed in there. So I make it quite runny, to be honest. Here we go. Now we'll just pour that over here. Look at that. And then we'll just pop 2 eggs on there. And here's my Singaporean laksa.